So in this video, I will be showing you how I color grade and edit my Instagram photos. So this is kind of a new way to edit photos that's been coming out recently. A lot of people on Instagram with popular accounts kind of have a certain aesthetic that they edit all their photos to be. And it's similar to what I'm showing you right here, where the contrast is very high, but it's also very muted at the same time, and it looks really nice. Now the method I'm going to show you here is also able to work on videos. If you have After Effects or in Premiere Pro, you can use the same techniques I'm using here to achieve a cinematic look for your videos as well. And I'll show you an example of that later. So what you want to start off with, if you have a camera that can shoot RAW, that is going to be the most important aspect of editing, because you can pull out a lot more detail with the RAW image. So for Nikon, I have the format is .nef. For whatever camera you have, it'll be a different format, but I'm going to open that up and Photoshop RAW. So if you don't have Photoshop, I don't think you'll be able to imitate this method in any other software. But so normally what I start off doing is I adjust the color temperature. Normally I tend to like warmer images. Adjust the exposure to add some brightness back in there. Add some contrast. So in this phase, you're just tweaking the image essentially to get it to where you want it to be before you start doing the cinematic kind of portion of it. So once you have your photo edited the way you like it to in Photoshop RAW, you want to open the image. This will open it in Photoshop, and this is where the hipster kind of faded look will come in at. So you want to go down to this button right here. This will make a new adjustment layer. So the first adjustment layer you want is a curves. So you want to take this knob right here and move it all the way up to this dot, or to this intersection right here. You want to take the next intersection, take a dot and pull it below this intersection. You want to take, and each intersection here, we're going to do a similar thing. We're going to raise this one up and pull this one down. As you can see, this one's kind of blown out, so you want to adjust it to your image accordingly. And we're going to lower the opacity of these later on, so the effect won't be so evident. So you want to make the next adjustment layer another curves, and you can do a similar thing here, but you're only going to do it once. You're going to raise this knob up and bring this one down. So as you can see, the difference from the original to adding these, and it's very harsh. So we're going to lower the opacity of each of these layers, and you see the difference. It's faded, but the contrast is still high. It looks really nice. It adds an extra aesthetic to the photos that a lot of people, like I mentioned before, are trying to achieve. Maybe you can even raise this up to 75 to give it a little bit more of that effect. So you can play around with these layers, change or add or modify any of these settings that you want to make it fit your image. And that's essentially how you would get that aesthetic. So as I mentioned before, you can achieve this look in After Effects by doing essentially the same exact thing. So just like with the Photoshop, you want a camera to be set in either flat, raw, or neutral. There's settings that can be changed in the camera to make the image more flat, so it's easier to pull detail out when you're color correcting. So once you import the clip, you're going to want to go to Layer, New Adjustment Layer, and I'll name this CC for color correction, or whatever you want to name it. So then you'll go to the preset and go to curves. It'll be on the color correction, and you'll see curves. You just drag that onto the clip here, and you're essentially going to do the same exact thing. You're going to drag this knob down, drag this one up, drag this one up, and drag this one down a little bit. And we only use one effect, and as you can see, it already looks a lot more cinematic. Now I can do a lot of extra stuff. You could, put in some levels. You can put in some hue and saturation. You can do a lot of different things to make it look even more cinematic. But essentially, you just need one effect, which is a curves, to create a video that looks more cinematic. But definitely be sure to check out my Instagram page where you can see the rest of my photos that I posted. And check out my other account, my other YouTube account, where I post videos and short films. I'm going to try to be more active on that account, but this account will be kind of based more on tutorials and how-tos. So thank you for watching. Check out my channels. Links will be in the description. And I will see you next time.